You're listening to the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to AngryMarks.com and the NXT report for February 6th, 2019. I am Rohan. Welcome back. This is episode number 491. This is a fantastic episode. Let me just start by saying I'm trying something new. I'm switching up the microphone. I have forgone my newer 800 for the Blue Yeti microphone. I just wanted to see what the sound quality difference is. If you've noticed a difference, if you think it's better or worse, hit me up on Twitter at Rohan. Give me a follow. Let's get into this episode. It starts out with Johnny Gargano coming out, sporting his newly won North American Championship. Most fans still love him. There's a lot of Johnny Champion signs all over Full Sail. There's dueling chants. We have Johnny Champion, and then there's three people in the back saying, Johnny sucks. So Johnny grabs the mic, said it feels great being the champion. We deserve it. At a TakeOver Phoenix, we were validated, and Johnny Wrestling is back. Tommaso Ciampa's music hits, and the NXT champion slowly makes his way up to the ramp. Johnny, I'm not here to take away from your moment. I'm here to celebrate it. You showed the world what I already knew. You followed the champ's lead. Now look at you with that North American Championship. We own the world. This is the dream that we shared. All those times driving up and down those roads. The final image of TakeOver, us side by side, holding the gold. This is our moment. The crowd is chanting DIY. Johnny comes back saying, no, this is not our moment. The only reason I came out face to face at the end of TakeOver was to show that Johnny Gargano will never need Tommaso Ciampa. This brings out Velveteen Dream. He says, this is cute, DIY, champions once again. But let's not forget who stole the show at TakeOver Phoenix just by showing up. And it's me. Velveteen Dream reminds us that he recently won the Worlds Collide tournament. And that granted him an NXT championship opportunity. So Ciampa assumes it's going to be him, and he goes face to face with the Dream. Dream kind of teases the challenge, but instead he challenges Johnny for the North American title. Johnny can't believe that he would have the temerity to challenge him. So while you were in the crowd at TakeOver, I was winning championships. I was in front of 40,000 people at the Royal Rumble. Dream asks if it's going to be Johnny Champion or Johnny Jackass. And this spawns a Johnny Jackass chant from the crowd. Johnny Gargano is feeling dangerous, and every time I win. So they jar back and forth a bit. Johnny backs away, while still kind of cautiously eyeing Ciampa out of the corner of his eye. We get a promo for the best of 2018 NXT DVD set. They made this video package for this DVD look awesome, and even though I already have the network and I have access to all these shows, I still want to buy that DVD just because NXT was so goddamn wonderful in 2018. Drew Gulak is shown walking towards the building, so it looks like he got a promotion from 205 Live. Our first match of the night, Jackson Ryker, accompanied by the Goof Troop, the Forgotten Sons, taking on the debuting Monsour. I don't know if that's his first name or his last name. His name is just Monsour. He is of Arab descent, and according to the announce crew, Monsour is tearing it up at the Performance Center, and Percy gives us his backstory. Where he's from, there are no malls to hang out in, and he only had 2 video games and WWE on TV. Sounds like a real first world problem. So this match was quick. Ryker lifts up some hard knees to the head. He hangs Monsour in the tree. I keep wanting to say monsoon. I think I wrote monsoon a few times. He hangs Monsour in the tree of woe and just clubs the shit out of him. Monsour attempts a crossbody or something from the middle turnbuckle, but Ryker spears him out of midair. He hits the chokeslam spinebuster for the easy win. I didn't time this match, but it was probably less than 2 minutes. Post-match, Monsour gets another spine buster, and the Forgotten Sons have to pull Ryker off. I'm so tired of seeing the crazed, psychotic character with the twitching eye and the staring at the camera and the spitting. It's such a cliched heel character. I'm so tired of seeing this. There can only be so many Sid Viciouses out there, and Jackson Ryker is not it. We get a backstage segment with Kathy Kelly trying to get an interview with Ricochet while he's doing in the middle of a photo shoot. Adam Cole and the rest of the Undisputed Era enter the frame, and Cole is claiming that he is the rightful number one contender for the North American Championship. Now, Ricochet saunters over, confronts Adam Cole, and of all the wonderful, awesome things that Ricochet does, don't get me wrong, I think he's awesome. He's probably one of the best guys that they have. His promos are hideous. He's always sounding like he's reading off cue cards, and maybe he is. But this is a clear example of someone who has been forced to do scripted promos, and it just comes off looking like an 8th grade high school play. And he challenges Cole one-on-one next week, and the winner is allegedly the number one contender for the North American title. So now apparently Ricochet, after already losing the title, has the power to not only make matches, but make number one contender matches. So that match is happening next week. Cole accepts the challenge, the Era and him scurry away, and this leaves Ricochet and Kathy awkwardly looking at each other, and then him warning Kathy that he's going to win the title, and Kathy's looking extremely bored. This is the real main event of the show. This made me happy to be not only a wrestling fan, but a human being in general. Drew Gulak coming down to the ring, and he is taking on a newcomer named Eric Bugenhagen. Everybody remember that name, Bugenhagen. This is a name that is going to be so famous and so wonderful. And Eric Bugenhagen, what do we say about him? He's a good-looking individual. He has a physique. He's in good shape. He is part Freebird. He's part Freddie Mercury. He's part Joey Ryan. He's part Lanny Poffo. He's got the Joey Ryan mustache. He plays air guitar, I dare say better than Tanahashi. He plays air drums. He plays air keyboard. He plays all the air instruments. He is the happiest dude on the block. He screams at these high-pitched squeals. He is a rock star. He's an entertainer. He is the whole package. And just as soon as I said that, Morrow compares him to Freddie Mercury. This dude is straight out of 1986 Crockett. He has Zubaz trunks. He has a mullet. He throws guitar picks into the crowd. Like I said, he's playing all the air instruments even after his music stops. Nigel is absolutely disgusted with this whole segment. The crowd is absolutely loving every second of this. Gulak is just standing there, arms on his hips, contemplating his life choices. I've seen Eric Bugenhagen for 60 seconds, and he's already my favorite wrestler all time of the week. The crowd is chanting, "Encore, encore." Bugenhagen, that's a fun name to say. He gets an early takedown. He does another air guitar riff, and then Gulak drop kicks him. He chops the Jesus out of him, which knocks his bandana off in the process. Gulak has had enough of this fool, and he proceeds to try and beat the ever-loving shit out of him. Bugenhagen gets a quick comeback, highlighted by trapping Gulak in an abdominal stretch and playing air guitar on Gulak's ribs. Fantastic. Gulak throws him around a few more times with a couple of overhead suplexes, clamps on the Gulak, and Bugenhagen taps out. I demand a best of Eric Bugenhagen comp. I would watch that and I would review that. So Gulak is on the mic after the match. He's losing his mind because of the poor quality of opponents he's been given. This, I forget the line. I think he called Bugenhagen the Ben Stiller of something or other. Anyways, so Gulak is losing his shit. He sets out an open challenge. And who should answer the open challenge but Bro? And Matt Riddle comes down and he starts all of his promos now like Scott Hall used to do back in the day. Hey, yo. But instead he just goes, bro. Tells Gulak to either get out of NXT or he'll tap him out of it. Gulak accepts, and we have an impromptu match. This is going to be fantastic. Riddle shoots a single leg, gets half guard. Riddle tries a few times to lock in a cross arm breaker. Goulet gets the back and hooks in a crossface. Riddle escapes a head scissors and nails the penalty kick. Goulet gets thrown into the corner. Riddle rushes in, gets booted right in the face. Goulet is convincingly getting the heat with a side headlock. Goulet then traps both of Riddle's arms behind his back, attempting to make Riddle's elbows touch each other behind his back. And while he's doing that, he's bending the fingers back and he's ripping the wrist. This just looks disgusting. The finish comes when Riddle deadlift Herc's Goulet into a powerbomb. He hits the running knee. He slaps on the bro mission, and Goulet taps out. After the match, Goulet offers a handshake. My first thought was, now Matt, last time you fell for this, you got the shit kicked out of you by Cassius. But he gave him a clean handshake, and despite this awesome match, the star of this segment is still Eric Bugenhagen, and I demand to see vignettes of him and Matt Riddle doing, anything, just having a talk. I think the earth would collapse. Now that should have been the main event of the show, but instead we're getting the 6-woman tag match with Shayna, Jessamine, and Marina versus Bianca Belair and Team Cute. So as Kyrie makes her way down to the ring, she bestows her pirate hat to Izzy in the front row. So I hope Izzy gets to keep that hat instead of just being the designated hat rack for the night. Shayna and company come down. Marina is still sporting the Lone Ranger nose guard mask type thing. I do love Shayna's music. It's probably the most distinct music on the brand right now. And I don't know. I guess it kind of has sort of an NWO-esque feel type to it. So Shayna and Bianca start out. Bianca does some flips out of the corner, a couple of cartwheels, and Shayna is completely unimpressed, and she casually tags out Shafir. She's had enough of this tomfoolery. Shafir comes in, gets hit once, and then immediately tags out to Jessamine, and Belair takes Kyrie, press slams her over her head, and as she drops her, Kyrie drops the elbow onto Jessamine. Kyrie is chopping Marina into oblivion. Marina and Kyrie are sort of tussling on the top rope. I thought Marina is not going to attempt any sort of top rope maneuver on Kyrie, and I was fearing for both of their lives. The crowd is chanting, "Please tag Shayna," thus pointing out the greenness of Marina. The Full Sail crowd is probably one of the most passionate, knowledgeable crowds, but when the cheers die down and it gets really quiet for just that split second, of course, that's the time when you can hear everyone calling spots. There's a hot tag to Io Shirai. She hits the double knees to both Shayna and Marina in the corner. Kyrie gets the tag again. Now, she was just getting beat up for like the last 5 minutes, and now she is the legal person in the match again. Kyrie hits the insane elbow on Shayna, but Marina breaks up the pin attempt. Kyrie now is trying to make a second hot tag in the last 5 minutes. Belair hits the KOD on Shayna and is about to get the win, but Shafir and Jessamine break up the pinfall. Belair is frustrated at this point. Kyrie hits a top rope crossbody to both Shafir and Jessamine, who are on the floor. Meantime, in the ring, Io Shirai hits a moonsault onto Shayna and just lands directly on Shayna's knees. She missed the target quite a bit, but she still gets the win. This was a super fun match. There was some brief teases of friction between the babyfaces. First of all, on 2 different occasions, one of the team members blind tagged themselves in unexpectedly. Bianca looked a little bit indifferent in victory, and it was subtle at first, but it came across pretty blatant by the time the show closed. Kyrie is attempting to twirl Bianca's hair in celebration, and Bianca just kind of snatched it away. And while Shirai is declaring herself as Shayna's next challenger, and the show fades to black. I thought this was an extremely entertaining episode. It makes up for last week's episode that I missed, and this was a fun watch. Go up back and watch this. I'm going to have to go and check out that tournament that Velveteen Dream won. I heard that there was some good stuff in there. So that's going to do it for this week on the NXT Report. I know we went a little bit long, but I thought this was an episode that warranted it. If you want to join us, the next time you'll hear me, myself and Mike Poulin are going to be reviewing on the Angry Marks Rewind podcast, episode 14, the Coliseum home video Invasion of the Body Slammers, which is highlighted by Reverend Slick teaching Kamala how to bowl. Until then, I'm going to sign off for now. This is Rohan Unruh for the Angry Marks Podcast Network. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you later on. Good night.
Are you tired of the same old pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 3,000 hours of the best pro wrestling events from over 100 of the biggest names in the industry from over 15 countries around the globe. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.